What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only Use Me Blade.
This is the BadKidCast, the audio cast that you listen to
while you game.
We're available on Spreaker and iHeartRadio, and we're not really on iTunes right now, and we're trying to fix it.
Behind the scenes, we're working on it. We apologize. Long
story short, we've accepted to be on iHeartRadio. We did not know that it would stop us from being on iTunes. We were trying to cancel with iHeartRadio to get back on iTunes.
Or best case scenario, be on both if we can.
Yeah, we didn't realize that going on iHeartRadio would stop us being on iTunes. And the problem with this is the people in the UK and the people like in Canada and stuff, they can't listen to iHeartRadio. Everyone should be able to listen to Spreaker, hear this on Spreaker. But a lot of people from outside the country use iTunes, and they need iTunes, and that's where all of our views are for this podcast. So we're working on it, guys. We will fix it. So that's that. And we have a sponsor for today's episode, and that is OpticReddit.com. Go to OpticReddit.com, and it will send you to the official Reddit.com/subreddit of Optic Gaming. This is a booming subreddit over at Reddit where, you know, all the Optic fans, you know, get there and talk nothing but Optic. It's a really awesome site. There's a lot of information that you can get from it if you're an Optic fan, or even if you're not an Optic fan and you're just a fan of competitive gaming. OpticReddit.com is the place to be. You can also follow them on Twitter, which is twitter.com/OpticReddit.
Like a good example is one of the trending topics on the Optic Reddit right now is that Nade was doing some shoutcasting type stuff at the PAX, and so they're on there. They're talking about that, anything Optic related.
And there's an awesome picture, which is the top thing, where Nade and Hex took a picture. I don't know if you've seen this, and there's a girl's ass in the background. Let me show you this. Look at this.
Bam. I like how they separated. Like normally they'd be closer just to get that the ass shot in there.
Yeah, so there's like a big, fat, cellulated ass in between Nade Shot and Hex, and it's hilarious.
See, again, I like that kind of ass though.
You're disgusting.
I like big poopers.
You're disgusting. All right, so again, all this stuff is at OpticReddit.com. Check it out. Our other sponsor is paying us to try to find that guy who camps.
That guy who camps. There was a That Guy Who Camps spotting. People said that when I was streaming before I came here. I was doing a stream on Twitch, and people in the comment section were saying, hey, That Guy Who Camps is here.
I wonder if That Guy Who Camps is the modern, like, Carmen Sandiego.
Just everyone's trying to find him and stuff like that.
That is one motherfucker that has so many fans. So many people love him. I've never heard anyone talk bad about that dude. And he's not here to soak it in. You know what I mean? If you think about entertainers, right? If you think about people on YouTube, when you bear everything down, right? Most of them, almost every single person, is an attention whore, right? They're making videos because they want attention. They want people to see it, right?
Okay.
You know, there's no way around it. You know, you put stuff on the internet for people to see. You are seeking attention. That Guy Who Camps does not fall in that category.
No.
At all. And he's the coolest motherfucker you'll ever meet. So if anybody spots him and knows where he's at, we have a responsibility. And now we're actually paid. We're private detectives now by a sponsor to get a hold of him. So let him know that Blade and Keem need to talk to him immediately.
Stat.
Another thing I want to talk about is Benjamin. Benjamin has been making animations.
Oh, yeah, this is epic.
Of the BadKidCast, and they're freaking hilarious. His name is Benjamin Basic, and you got to check this out. This is like the second one that he's done. I'm going to pull up his YouTube channel up here real quick.
This isn't a promotion thing. This is just us thinking this is awesome.
Yeah, this dude does animations of what we talk about on this BadKidCast. And his newest one was about when I talked about I was watching Cops and the Ferrari and all that shit. I don't want to spoil it for you. If you want to check out the BadKidCast in animation form, go to youtube.com/thejazzcast. Now, if you hear about this on the cast and you go over there to check it out, I want you to leave a comment that says we need a code word in the comments so we know that they came there from the cast. What should the code word be? Just think of a code word. Any code word. It could be whales. It could be fat whales.
Alan.
Put Alan in the comments of the video so we know the people that heard this cast and then went over there.
And also that's got to be funny because he's probably like gonna be like, why is everyone commenting Alan? But I'm assuming that he's a viewer of the show, so he'll probably figure it out. But
yeah, but he does an amazing job. I think the shit is hilarious.
I think that if we could somehow take like our best cast, right? Take our best cast that has awesome stories like that. What he did is he took a 3-minute story that we talked about, and if he could make like a whole 20-minute thing, 30-minute thing, it'd be epic. I know it'd probably take forever and a day to do, but
if he did an hour show of animation of the BadKidCast, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be epic.
Listen, I don't mean to be like, cocky or anything, but you're gonna pay me guaranteed $10 for that, because I would pay $10 for it.
Yeah, it's that good.
Like, it's that good. You'd be like, okay, a full long animated BadKidCast.
And this isn't taking anything from Bonkster, but like Bonkster used to do an animated thing for PKA, and I think this is better. I think so.
You always think something's better if it's about you, though.
No, I think it's honestly better. Nothing against it. I love the Bonkster PKA stuff. I love it. I think it's amazing.
All right. Well, it's better. So fuck you, Bonkster. Our animator's better. What?
So before we did the cast, Keem was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. Then he told me about, what is the name of the podcast that you had me listen to?
So I'm listening to Joe Rogan, right? I love Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is the shit. I think if I was ever invited to be on the Joe Rogan cast or whatever podcast, I think I would probably decline. And this is why. There are certain people that you're like fans of that you can't be around because you're fans of them, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a super fanboy for Joe Rogan. I could not go on his show. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I'd be nervous. I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't be, you know what I mean?
Dude, I had a meeting with someone who I'm a huge fan of, and I acted like the biggest fucking fanboy retard awkwardness ever.
Who?
Kasim G.
You had a meeting with him?
Not a meeting, but like I forgot where we were at. I think we were at like a Twitch party or something for some event or whatever. And I ran into him and I was like, you're Kasim G. You're awesome. Your show's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. And he's like, what's your name? I'm like, it doesn't matter what my name is. He's like, what's your name? I'm like, it's Brian, but it's only easy to play on YouTube. I make videos. They're not even that good. Like,
Are you talking about E3 when we met him at the Twitch party?
Yeah.
Yo, I went up to him and I said, you are a fucking asshole. And he goes, whoa. I go, and I love you. Like, your videos are awesome. And then Philip DeFranco came. He goes, I hope I'm not an asshole, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that moment. We were there with Wicked Shrapnel.
Yep.
And we didn't have tickets to actually get into the event. Yo, me and fucking Blade were completely slumming this fucking Twitch party, right?
Yeah.
Like, we went to E3 last minute. We weren't on the VIP list for fucking Twitch. But we went to the party anyways because everybody we knew was going there. Like, we were calling people and asking them, hey, what are you doing? They're like, we're going. Everyone said they're going to this thing. So we just went, right?
And the fucked up thing is that everyone that was like, you were allowed to go to the bar section, but like if you wanted to go to like the cool section and get free booze, you had to have a wristband. And so we were trying to talk people out of their wristbands. Like people that were like going home were like, can we get your wristband or whatever? And I shit you not, everyone, I understand this. You're going to think less of me. I'm sorry, okay? But I was so intent on going to this party that I saw a girl that didn't have a hand.
She was missing a hand.
She was missing
an
a hand.
amputee.
Yeah,
right? Now, here's Blade's thinking, right? She has this wristband to get in the VIP party. How easy would it be to go up and shake her amputee stub and pull the wristband down and snatch it so he can get into the free booze VIP section? That's what Blade's thought process was.
Super fucked up, and I apologize. I'm sorry.
We were dude, I love that Twitch party, and I hate that Twitch party for two reasons. I love it because literally everybody was there.
Yeah.
Like fucking Epic Mealtime, T Martin, I mean, just Jericho. I mean, just everyone.
Everyone. Like, and a lot of the European guys were there too.
Yeah, there's no point of us. Like, that's where I ended up meeting Walshy, right?
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, he's like the Halo god of competitive. But everyone was there, and we were. Now here's the thing. Here was the kind of the cool thing. We didn't actually have the passes or whatever, and there was a porn star there too. A bunch of porn stars. Remember? We met the porn star known as April. What's the girl from? She stole the name from the Ninja Turtles. April O'Neil. There's a porn star called April O'Neil who we met there also. But anyhow, there were so many people in the VIP section that people were like not in the VIP section. They were like hanging out, and that's who we were like talking and hanging out with or whatever. So even though we didn't have these, passes or whatever, we were still hanging out with a lot of people that we knew. So it was cool. But the bad thing about it is we couldn't get in, and it was really, 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 it just sucked. We're outsiders. Like there was people going up and trying to get us on the list to get us in, and they couldn't do it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
They had like this set rules that they couldn't add people. So Blade comes up with this idea, and then at the very last minute, we get passes in.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get the passes in? I don't remember.
I think it was either Eat My Diction or it was some APL Fisher. I think it might have been. Basically, we got passes from people that were like leaving for the night, so we got their passes from them.
So for a good 30 minutes right before we got into the actual event, right? We were bullshitting with the security guards.
Yeah. Trying to be chummy with the security guards.
They knew that we weren't on the list. They knew, right? But once people gave us like passes to get in or whatever because they were leaving, right? And they saw the passes, they're like, that's all I need to know. They were so fucking cool about it, right? Yeah. So we went in, it was fucking insane. It was
good times.
Great indoor party.
You know what fucks me up now that I've gone back to Seattle or whatever, like I went and visited Seattle,
right?
Is that I'm not used to the bars closing at 2 anymore.
Yeah.
Like I remember we went out and then like it was like, okay, last call. I'm like, what? It's only like 1:30. We got another couple hours. Like, no, we finish your drink, bro. 2:00. We end this.
Dude, I got an amazing story. I'm so glad you said that. So, for those of you that are not following Drama Alert, there's been a lot of breakups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Optic Nade Shot broke up with his girlfriend.
Okay.
And then Charles Trippy broke up with Allie. Mm-hmm. All right. And another thing that happened was recently T. Martin has broken up with his girlfriend. Now today on Twitter, he made it official. He was like, look, my girlfriend for 2 years has just dumped me. It's done. It's over with. I'm single. So immediately, me thinking of like entertaining my audience, because that's my sole purpose, right? In this community is to entertain my people. I'm like, we need to have a T. Martin dating show. Has to happen, right? So what I'm trying to do, right, is I'm frantically trying to find 3 e-girls, right? And how it's going to be set up is it's going to be live on Drama Alert, and you're going to have T. Martin, and you're going to have the 3 girls, and T. Martin's going to ask these 3 girls, a bunch of questions like, if we were to go on a first date, where would you like to go? And the girl would be like, well, I really like the beach. I think that would be cool, but if it's too cold, then maybe we can go out and get some sushi.
Right? You have to like throw in like gamer questions in there, not just dating questions, right?
It is going to be amazing. Like I got this in my mind. I need freaking Trevor T. Martin to confirm that he's down. Then T. Martin hits me with a confirmation. He's down to do the T. Martin gaming dating show.
That's awesome.
So I'm in work mode, right? I'm sitting at home, and I need to find these e-girls to come on to do this blind date show, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's going to be entertaining. Are you watching?
Yes.
Everybody's watching, right? Mm-hmm. This is a winner, right? As entertainers, you only come on to gold like this so little. And here I am. This little opportunity, and it's there, right? So I go for it. And I start hitting up all these e-girls, and I'm like, look, dude, I'm doing a T. Martin like blind dating show. Are you down? I'm like, getting the word out. This girl hits me back, and she's like, it's Saturday night, and this is what you're up to? Like, you have no life. I look at the clock, and I'm like, it's 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Who the fuck goes out at 8 p.m.?
Right.
Dude, you don't go out until at least midnight. If you go out before midnight, out to a club or out partying or whatever you're going to fucking do, you're a loser.
Yeah. But on the West Coast, we would go out at 9 because the clubs close at like 1:30.
But in here on the East Coast, you do not go out until midnight.
Correct.
That's how it's done. So anyhow, when you brought up that point about the bars closing, it reminded me that I slapped that bitch on Twitter. Slapped her. I went, what? 8 p.m.? You go out at 8 p.m.?
All right. So I had to show Keem this video. And what it is the rapper T-Pain.
T-Pain.
Okay. T-Pain. Now, T-Pain was really, really popular. He's kind of fallen off, right?
Yeah.
I followed him on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that.
His peak was when he did, I'm on a boat and I'm going fast.
That wasn't his peak.
That was his peak.
That was not his peak.
Yes, because at that point, he was the man. He was doing videos with everybody. Then it fell off after that.
Yeah. So he basically was like, I think it was like a month ago, he was saying, oh, I'm coming back with that fire. I'm coming back with that heat. And he dropped this song called, what's it called?
The name of the song is I'm Fucking Done.
I'm Fucking Done. And you can tell that, okay, anybody out there that's ever gone through a breakup or any kind of situation like that, I don't care how hard you are, there's going to be a moment when you feel like a little bitch. Now, really, I think it defines you on how long you thrive on that moment. Okay?
Right.
Now, for me, my moment lasted about 35 seconds. Then I get a call from Keem saying, you want to go to California? I'm down. Let's go. That was my breakup. T-Pain, in all his glory, decided to go to the studio and write a song.
Dude, the lyrics of this song is hilarious. He's like, I'm fucking done with you. And he's like, you're all up on my Facebook and my Twitter page. I'm fucking done. You get half of everything. Fuck off. You probably cheated on me with some other dude. Did you let him bust in your face? Like, dude, this song is hysterical.
I bet you'd let him shoot it all in your face.
Like, T-Pain, I swear to God, I think you put it the best, Blade. You said that this song right here, right? This song right here, if it was a Dave Chappelle skit, it would have been funny. But the fact that this is real is hilarious.
Yeah.
When you said that was key. That was fucking key. That's fucking hysterical.
It's so ridiculous that the fact that it's real makes it the most amazing thing ever. It really is. It's called T-Pain, I'm Fucking Done. Listen to it. And the video's hilarious too. Because it's like he's like taking the phone and like slamming it on the ground, and then when he says, "I bet you let him bust all in your face,"
They're throwing paint in bitches' faces. Oh, this shit is hilarious. Oh, I love the fucking internet. God, I love the internet.
And I'm not saying I'm like some hardcore fucking heartless person, right? Like whenever you go through a breakup, you're gonna have a moment of vulnerability, this and that. But he took this to the whole next level.
Now, here's the thing, right? T-Pain gets in this breakup, right? He's emotionally distraught, right? He's fucking mad at this bitch. He sits down and he's like, you know what? Fuck this bitch. And he starts writing this song and he's like, you know, you're on my Twitter page and you probably let other dudes bust in your face and blah, blah, blah. And he's writing this whole fucking thing out.
Stop listening to your whole girlfriends.
All right. I get that. I understand it. He might even release the audio. I get it. I understand it. But the next day, when you go to shoot the fucking music video, there's other people. There's people that got to hold the camera. There's people that got to hold the lights. There's these girls that got to get paint in their face. And you're singing in front of all these people, and they're right next to you. How do you do that, T-Pain, when you're talking about this shit? I'd be embarrassed.
Okay. I haven't shared this with you. But I'm going to share it with you. So,
oh, shit.
So this was probably about a month ago, right?
Okay.
Basically what happened was I was at the bar with Scott, and when we went there, I thought that I spent the whole night with this one female, and I was drunk as fuck, but I thought we really clicked, right?
Okay.
And then my phone died, and I got her number on like a napkin or some shit like that. And so I was wasted, and I ended up texting her the most awkward shit ever for a first text.
What?
Yes.
Can I read it?
I'm going to read it right now.
Should I read it?
No.
I think it would be funnier if I read it. Okay, go ahead. You read it.
This is so bad. So I was hammered, but this is the most awkward 40-year-old version.
Okay. Let me set the stage. Blade is down at the bar. He's drunk. He meets a girl, gets her number. Now, do you text her the same night?
I texted her at 5:05 in the morning.
That same night. Meets a girl at the bar, gets wasted, and then he sends the drunk text message. Blade, what did it say?
My name is Brian Rizzo. We played darts at the flat. You mentioned you...
Wait, stop! Wait!
It gets worse. Bro.
Dude, I seen the phone and it's a paragraph, right? But the first line has me fucking roasted. Oh my God.
This is bad.
My name
is
is
bad.
Brian Rizzo. We played darts at the flat. Go.
You mentioned you hate people. Now, the reason why I said that is because we were both joking about how we hated certain people that were annoying us. Okay?
Okay.
I dig you. I hope this is you. I'm drunk.
I hope this is you. Oh my God.
I got this number from Cocky Scott. We called him Cocky Scott because Scott was acting cocky the whole night. Hope this is the right number. Awkward. Anyways, I'm celebrating Netflix and water tomorrow and wondered if that was still happening because we talked about being hungover and watching Netflix all day.
Okay.
We went to 3 Denny's because we were supposed to go get food and we didn't know which, like, we were kind of drunk. We didn't know which Denny's they were going to go to. And so we ended up going to 3 different Denny's.
Wait, you were with her when you went to the 3 Denny's?
No.
Oh.
We, all of us left the bar and they said, hey, we're going to go to Denny's. You want to go to Denny's? I'm like, yeah, I'm down. And so we didn't know which Denny's it was because there's like 3 neighboring Denny's.
So you were chasing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't. I mean, Scott was driving, but yeah. I'm home. I might have fucked this up. I'm normally only text K, but this is longer. My name's Brian.
What did she respond?
She said, the next morning I read the text that I sent. I'm like, holy shit, drunk text. It's all good. It happens. Then we ended up started talking, and then nothing ever came of it. Here's the thing, though. It's one of those situations where if you're going out, right, and you make a connection with somebody, and you're drunk, a lot of times you thinking you romanticize a little bit too much in your head when really all it was 2 people that got way too drunk and happened to meet.
Yeah.
Okay. If my phone wouldn't have died, I probably would have took her home that night.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I thought it was.
So I mean, you're basically saying this girl would not be into you without the assistance of alcohol.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when 2 people go out and you drink and you have a good time together, like we had a fucking blast together. But at the same time, I don't think that either of us would have had a good time if we both weren't drinking.
I think I've talked about this before on the podcast, but if I have already talked about it, then I'm sorry to bring it back up. But if you learn something when you're drunk, you'll only remember it when you're drunk. Did I tell you this?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So let's say that you learn how to play ladder ball or horseshoes or pool or bowling.
Yeah.
Let's say you learn how to, everyone knows bowling. Let's say you figured out how to bowl when you were drunk. All right. If you bowl again sober, you're not going to be as good. You have to drink in order to remember those because your brain is set up to learn these skills and stuff. So what if it's the same thing with dating, right? What if it's a case where 2 people meet in a bar, they're wasted, right? And they fall in love, all right?
Okay.
The next day they wake up and they're like, what did I do? Both of them, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's not just because they were drunk. Maybe it's because, they learned to be in love or to like each other or have this attraction while being under the influence of alcohol.
And I will admit, I'm always me, but I'm a different version of me when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Completely different. Not completely different, but I'm definitely a different version. And I've met people where they're really fun to go out with, but when they're sober, they're kind of bitches. They're kind of cunts.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Are you calling me a cunt?
No, not at all. What? How'd you derive that? Dude, I'm thinking like I'm on the verge of heart attacks every single time Josh drives me, bro.
Oh.
So I have a roommate. His name's Josh, and he is 24-ish, 23-ish.
Yo,
24.
why do people say that we live together? I'm so sick of this.
I don't get it.
I fucking searched up Keemstar on Reddit today, and I found this post where, someone was just bad-mouthing me and saying a bunch of shit like, oh, Keemster is fucking D-bag, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. And then someone responded to that negative post by saying, oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. That guy lives with Only Use Me Blade.
That's not the case. That's not the case.
Keem
has pretty much a family. And
I have a family. I have a house. Blade lives with Scott and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in his little frat house over there.
It's not a frat house. It's just a house with 3 bedrooms.
I wish it was a frat house. I'd come hang out.
But anyways, so Josh, he basically his car got totaled, and he's been driving my car and his grandma's car, and he finally got a settlement check from the insurance, and so he had all this fucking money, and he used that money and bought a BMW.
Like a 2004 BMW?
A 2004 BMW. It's a special edition. It's basically like the sports version of the car that's not an M3.
And here's the thing. It's a standard. Every time I've ever rode in a standard, motherfuckers are going fast.
Yeah, it's a stick shift. So it's... And he goes, bro. Like, if he gets a chance to drift around a corner, he'll do it.
Yep.
And so, I'm in the car with him. I remember we had to drive like an hour and a half out to get it, and it's kind of scary.
Blade,
what up?
I'm trying to say this. Well, we're like on a public forum.
Okay.
Privately, I would flat out just hit you with the truth, right?
Okay.
But being on this public forum podcast, I don't know how to say it, what I need to say to you.
Do you want to pause and run it by me, or do you want to just say it?
I think I'm just going to say it, because there's no other way.
Okay.
You are a fucking scaredy cat.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are deathly afraid of anything that moves fast.
I go at my own slow pace, yeah.
No, like every time we're in a fast-moving car, you're like, "Whoa, slow down!" You're like freaking out. You're like, he grabs the the handles inside the car and shit. He's like fucking grabbing them and shaking them like he's got fucking Michael J. Fox syndrome. Like he's like, "Whoa, slow down!" And then like. Okay, so then we went to Darien Lake, right? We went to Six Flags Darien Lake, and we're on this like giant sky coaster thing, right? And we're going up there, and I'm smiling. I got this big grin on my face, and I look over, and Blade looks like he's gonna have a fucking heart attack. He's like, "No, we're too high." And then we went in the fucking plane. We went in the helicopter thing, and I'm having the time of my fucking life. And you looked like, "Oh my god, we're dead." Like
I'm not a thrill seeker like that. I'm not like I don't know. I don't have a problem with heights, but as far as like fast moving shit goes, I'm not a huge fan of it.
So you made this point once, Blade. You were like, why do people, when they see like a nice movie, right, or a really entertaining movie, why do they try to force that on other people?
Yep.
Why do they do that, right? That makes no sense. The other person obviously is not into that. They don't want to watch it. Why do you keep on pushing it? Why do you keep on saying, no, you have to watch this, movie or TV series?
Right.
I guess that would apply to this.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like I want you to experience the fun that I'm having. You know what I mean? Like when we get into a car and we're flying and we're going really fast, yes, it's scary. Yes, it's dangerous. Yes, we might die. But listen, it's fucking fun. When we're flying in those RTVs, like I looked over because I had the pedal to the metal in the Colorado mountains, right? I looked over and you were scared at some points. But you know what? Honestly, you did have some fun there.
Oh, I had a blast.
But you wouldn't drive.
No. Okay, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I wouldn't drive. Okay, I don't trust myself as far as driving because here's this thing: when we went go-karting, right?
Okay.
When we went go-karting, I think I was like second to last place or whatever because I wasn't comfortable in the vehicle. After we went a couple times, I found myself pushing it. I found myself, when the first race where I would brake before I took a turn, I was speeding through it. And I was seeing with the last turn where you kind of need to brake, I was like seeing if I could do it. And I was taking some turns after I got comfortable with it way too fucking fast. Basically, I got this thing where I got overconfident. The first driving experience, I'm timid. But once I got comfortable with the vehicle, I was trying to push it to its limits or whatever.
So what's the deal? I don't want to just be like, you're a pussy and you're scared of this shit. I don't want to be like, something makes you scared of going fast. What happened? There's something in your inner psyche. When you were a kid, you were in a car accident, or you were.
My brother was in like 30 car accidents when he was younger, like between the age of 16 and 20.
So is that what it is? Like you're afraid to go fast. You're literally afraid.
I personally think I've had so many dreams about this. I personally think that I'm going to die in a car accident.
So that's what it is. That's why you're scared.
Yeah. Like there's something about not being in control of a vehicle. I think subconsciously that's why I like big Cadillacs, because those are safe as fuck. I'd rather be floating and chilling than I don't need to go fast. I don't know. I don't have this urge to the. I don't have the urge to do that,
dude. When I go out and like when I do something like I don't know, extreme or whatever, I want to go so fast that I might get hurt, because that's the only way it's fun.
Now I do
such a different mindset.
I do like off-roading. I fucking love off-roading.
Yeah.
Like off-roading, one of the funnest times I've ever had is when me and my buddies, we went off-roading. They all had Jeeps and like Toyota Tacomas and shit like that. And we went like rock crawling and through mud and like through water. My buddy's got a Jeep that has a snorkel on it, and he pretty much was able to go through a thing where literally my waist was in water and we were able to get out of it. It was fucking awesome. Off-roading and shit like that, it's fucking fun. The only time I was...
so he had a snorkel on the Jeep?
Yeah. No, you can have snorkels on the Jeep in case if you go through stuff with really, really high water.
I've been mudding and shit before, but I've never seen anything like that. That's insane.
You never seen a snorkel on a Jeep?
No.
I love that shit.
Well,
I love off-road and ATV and stuff like that. As far as fucking like racing hella fast or driving hella fast on the freeway for no particular reason, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just, here's the thing. Actually, I do get it. It is kind of fun or whatever. If you have
But what about the helicopter, dude? We were like doing dangerous stunts.
That's
in the
because
helicopter.
Dylan at the time is fucking 15 years old and he's a troll. And so I'm putting my life in his hands.
That motherfucker does not want to die.
No, I know he doesn't want to die.
Here's the thing. If we die in a helicopter accident tomorrow, right? Let's say it's done, it's over with, right? I hate to say this. Yes, it sucks that we didn't get to live a full life and all that.
I'm not dying in a helicopter accident.
I hate to say this.
If it gets too hairy, I'm jumping.
I hate to say this, but I'm sorry, the BadKidCast ratings would skyrocket.
I'd rather the show go down and I'll live and be like, whoop, missed that one. Like, I'm sorry.
No, dude.
I'm not dying in a helicopter accident, bro.
All the legends die early. You said it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. From self-infliction or living too far on the edge.
So what about John Lennon?
How did John Lennon die?
Somebody ran him over with a car.
I thought he got... Okay, well...
What about people that die in planes?
That's fucked up. I don't want to die in a plane.
What about Kurt Cobain?
The suicide.
It's not a suicide.
Why? How's it not a suicide?
You don't know the story?
I've heard scenarios of this story that
Courtney Love killed that motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's a whole new documentary gearing up, getting ready to be released. Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
There's a guy that's like, dude, she paid me.
Okay, I don't know.
You're from Seattle. You don't care about this?
It's not that I don't care about it. Here's the thing. This is another thing about me. And I look at the same way as I look at religion, okay? If there's not like definitive proof, if there's not fucking, I'm a very rational person. If there's not proof of something, if it's all based on someone else's story, especially stories from years later, unless I was fucking there and I saw it from my own eyes, I don't buy it. I honestly don't buy it. I personally, I have no vested interest in Kurt Cobain, and the way that he died, I don't personally know. So, and the thing is like, I wasn't there. I don't know. There's no way that I could know. People could make elaborate stories. People have this weird thing where they feel like they're in this elusive club. Like Courtney Love feels like she's this elusive, I knew Kurt better than everyone else, fuck off. You can never be part of this bubble kind of thing. And I just, okay, then let you be that way.
Dude, sometimes I go into conspiracy mode, but I do it because...
Things don't add up?
Things don't add up. And I went into conspiracy mode just a couple days ago.
On what?
So what happened is there's been this new wave on YouTube, right? In real life pranks.
Okay.
Everywhere. They're fucking everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are going around and they're tripping people and they're going up and kissing strangers and they're just doing all this shit on fucking YouTube. It's like the whole YouTube scene is cluttered by in real life pranks, right? There's so much of it.
So many.
So much.
A lot of them are lame.
A lot of them are pretty fucking lame. Now, this is what happens to me. I get a tweet. An individual is like, Keemstar, I think this prank is fake. So I click on the prank, right? And I'm watching the fucking prank. And it's this dude where he, has $10,000 in cash and he's waving it in front of the camera and he's like, we're going to do a prank, right? So what they do is they take the $10,000, and this is real $10,000 U.S. currency, and they walk up to some stranger and they're like, "Yo, do you got the girls? I got the money. Do you got the girls?" And the stranger's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like,
Right.
what? Right? And this is the whole prank, right? And he's like, "Dude, I got the money. I got the 10 grand. I got it right here. Look, I got $10,000. So the stranger's like, "Oh, yeah, the girls. Oh, okay." The stranger, which is this, shorter black dude, takes the cash, punches the guy in the face, and runs away. So it's like a prank gone wrong, right? Mm-hmm. So they start chasing him down with a fucking, camera and stuff, and they're running and trying to catch him. And all of a sudden, the guy gets away, right? So they lose $10,000. They go as far as contacting the Maryland police, the campus police, and filing a police report, and they show that in the video, right? So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, wait, the punch looks weak as fuck.
Yeah.
All right? Things aren't adding up here. I just got this gut feeling that this is fake. So I start talking about it on Twitter, right? All of a sudden, a lot of people start from my Twitter feed, because I got 122,000 people following me on Twitter. They start, going over to this motherfucker's videos and disliking it and being like, fake and gay. Now it's to a point where, I'm blessed to do something like Drama Alert, because it's not just that I have a big following. It's that like every other YouTuber follows me, because that's where, they get the news about their community. So now it gets to a point where other big YouTubers are leaving comments being like fake and gay, fraud, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It comes to a point where this dude who made the video starts tweeting at me like, "Quit calling me a fraud. It's real. I swear it's real. You're bullshit. You're a troll, Keemstar, blah, blah, blah." So Drama Alert does what Drama Alert does, right? We investigate. We actually found out that the individual that stole the $10,000 is this dude's friend on Facebook. We found the dude.
Now, quick question, okay? I think it's fake based on all the information that you showed in the Drama Alert video.
Yeah.
How many friends does this dude have on Facebook?
I don't know. A couple hundred.
Okay, so it's not like this dude friends everyone that sends him a friend request.
Right.
Okay, so a couple hundred friends on Facebook means that he probably knows this person.
They already admitted it. They tweeted out that it's fake. Like after I exposed him, it's game over. Right.
He admitted saying it's fake?
Oh yeah, he said it's fake.
Really?
Yeah, he publicly said it's fake. And the dude that was supposedly the criminal, he has his own YouTube channel. He left a comment on the video saying, "Yes, we've been owned. We've been exposed."
Wow.
Yeah, I fucked this dude up. Fucked this dude.
Career over.
This dude got YouTube careered over by Drama Alert.
And honestly, how are you? I mean, I don't want to see his career over, whatever, but like, you can't come back from that.
You can't. Okay, here's the thing. And some people might look at this situation and they might be like, Keem, you're really awesome. You're keeping it real. But other people might look at it like, Keem, you're ending someone's career. Who cares that his pranks are fake? As long as they're entertaining people, they ain't hurting anyone. Why are you butting your nose in, Keemstar? What the fuck's wrong with you, right? And I get that. I understand that. Here's my dilemma, right? Here's my dilemma. I'm like Pete Rosenberg. And we'll explain that in a minute. But I'm like Pete Rosenberg from Hot 97, right? I am a person that started on YouTube in 2009 with a few other people that coined the whole like trolling in games, right? And making trolling videos. We did it before anyone, and that was the thing, right? We would do pranks on people, record it, and put it up for our fans' entertainment. They have to be real. When you're doing a prank, they have to be real. They can't be staged. Right. Like it's real. There's such a fundamental right and wrong here. There's right where it's real and wrong where it's not real, where it's staged. And that's my belief system. I'm so passionate about this. The only reason why I went after Minnesota Burns for such a long time is because it's my emotions. It's like in my system. Like pranks have to be real. Troll videos have to be real. If they're fake,
what's the point? Yeah.
What, you're tricking the audience into thinking someone else got trolled? What?
Yeah.
No. Like, get that shit out of here. And that's why I went after Minnesota Burns so long. And I feel the same way about IRL pranks. They have to be real. They have to be. So that's the main reason why I've gone after these people. And after exposing him, this dude does some fucking bullshit stuff, right? This dude starts saying, it was our plan all along to fake this video.
Okay.
We were trying to trick the media into covering it.
That's stupid. No,
I know.
You weren't. No, you weren't.
So then he backs.
No one's thinking fucking three steps ahead like that. They're chess player.
So this is what happens next. Somebody from his campus contacts me and says that the dude's been paying other students to be in these drama, to be in his little prank videos.
Oh.
And says that
career over.
Everybody on the campus does not like him. So then I post the message that I got on YouTube. Then the girl contacts me on Twitter. Then I follow her. Then she agrees to do an interview. And then this dude starts panicking and he starts DMing me. Dude, we need to end this. We need to end this now. Like, what do you need me to do? I go, you need to make an apology video to your fans and to Keemstar on your channel. You need to let people leave comments and let people rate on the video, and then I will be okay and be done with you, and I will not, cover this story anymore. And he goes, fine, but I'm not going to do it on my main channel. I'm going to do it on my second channel. I go, no! You have to make the apology video in the same place where you committed this crime.
Right.
You can't go somewhere else and be like, oh, I'm sorry that I did this. Like...
That'd be like me, like if I ever got exposed for anything, be like, I'll post it on Blade Plays.
So then he agrees to my terms. Now, he hasn't acted on it. He hasn't made the apology video yet because he's at PAX currently. But he agreed to my terms. Mm-hmm. And he said, after this, me and you are going to be cool. And I responded like this, and I think this was good. I said, look, I've been a YouTuber since 2009. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not better than you.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that when you make a mistake, you have to own it, because that's the only way you're going to continue to have respect. And you know what he said back to that?
What?
He said, well, can I help you expose more people? Because everybody's making these fake videos. I go, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
stupid.
So anyhow, to bring it back, who is Pete Rosenberg?
Paul Rosenberg.
Peter Rosenberg.
Isn't it Paul?
It's Peter. I'm searching it right now. Peter Rosenberg.
Oh, sorry, Peter Paul, whatever. Peter Rosenberg. So the podcast that we listened to, Keem listened to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was talking about how he listened to this other podcast. He had me listen to it. It was about a half hour long. And what I loved about this podcast is that when they were telling the stories, they were talking about music. They would actually play little segments of music as they were playing it to kind of like orchestrate the whole story.
Yeah, big shout out to this podcast. The podcast is called big shout out to that podcast. I forgot the fucking name of it.
We'll look it up and find it for you.
It's called Radio Lab by WNYC. Radio Lab by WNYC. Check it out on iTunes or wherever you want to check podcast out. Basically, it's their newest podcast, and what it is about Peter Rosenberg. Now, Peter Rosenberg is a guy that lives in Maryland, like in the suburbs of Maryland, right?
Or grew up there in the suburbs of Maryland.
Right. And he grew up listening to rap music. He's a huge fan of rap music. So his goal is to be in radio and to work at Hot 97. And Hot 97 is a black station in New York, right? It's for rap and hip hop, right? His dream is to get there. He eventually gets to be on there, but he's a white dude from the suburbs, right? So when he's like telling them that he wants to be a DJ, he goes, "Yeah, my name is like D to the B Flip or some shit like that." And they're like, "No, dude. The whole hook behind who you are is who you are.
Your name's Peter Rosenberg.
Peter Rosenberg. That's going to be your name. You're going to be the white dude on the station." Right? So the dude does it, and they have this thing every summer. It's called Summer Jam, right? Mm-hmm. And it's basically, a concert that they have in New York City where like a big artist come out or whatever. It's called Summer Jam, right? So now here's the thing. Peter Rosenberg is a hardcore hip-hop dude.
He's a hip-hop head, definitely.
Like, he's into, like, old-school hip-hop, and he comes down to the point where he says, hip-hop has a certain beat. It's like, but-it-bam, but-it-bam. Like, there's a certain tone that hip-hop has, and everything else is something else, right? So he's the hardcore gatekeeper of what hip-hop is. Now he gets to the situation where he goes on stage and he fucking disses what Starship is doing.
Starship, the really poppy song from Nicki Minaj.
So he disses that shit, right? But here's the thing. He's on one stage, and Nicki Minaj is about to come out on another stage, right?
On like the main stage.
What happens, and this is like, I think it was 2012.
Can I make a very, very good comparison to shine the light on it? Okay. Can we agree that Optic Nate Shot, even though he's an awesome person, is not the best player, right?
Right.
Okay. Imagine if someone in the qualifying section of the MLG is like coming up the stage, you know, he's not commercially as successful, but he's better than Optic Nate Shot. Fuck that noise. It'd be the kind of same thing where Optic Nate Shot's the most popular person, but not necessarily the best.
Right. So Peter Rosenberg, who has all this hip-hop knowledge, goes out on stage and he goes, you know, listen, I'm about to bring out this real hip-hop group. It ain't like that fucking Starship bullshit that Nicki Minaj is putting out there, right? Little does Peter Rosenberg know, this shit is being streamed, right, on Nicki Minaj's fan page, right? Because she's about to be on this at this concert as well, right? On this stage at this Summer Jam thing. So all of her fans go ape shit on fucking Twitter, right? So he leaves the stage, right? He doesn't think anything of it. His boss says, "Did you say anything about Nicki Minaj?" And he's like, yeah, I think I said something. And he's like, well, she just canceled the show.
Ooh.
So right before Nicki Minaj is about to go out, right, all this shit happens on Twitter in real time to the point where it gets back to Nicki Minaj. She cancels the show. Peter Rosenberg looks at his fucking phone. He's trending.
Worldwide.
And I won't tell you the rest of it. You watch the podcast if you want to know it. But the point is that Peter Rosenberg, even though, you know, he was like this white dude from Maryland, the moral of the story is he's such a hip-hop fan that he had the authority to make a statement like that, because Starship is a poppy song. It's not a hip-hop song.
Yeah.
Right? So when it comes to, you know, me being a person that calls out like the Minnesota Burns or, you know, this guy that does this fake prank thing, I feel like Peter Rosenberg. Like, I know what pranking is, and I know it has to be authentic and real. It can't be staged.
You put in enough time and paid enough dues to the point where you can be an authority on something. That's what you're basically trying to say.
Yeah.
And the same thing that even though this Peter Rosenberg dude is a white dude from the suburbs, he's so immersed in hip-hop, and he's felt like he's paid his dues and done enough of, you know, proving himself that he's allowed to call a spade and to keep it real and be like, that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah.
You know? And just because Nicki Minaj is more popular or whatever, people just automatically hated him. So.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to the BadKidCast. I'm Killer Keemstar.
All needs to be played.
Peace.
Buckries.